The car behind me is my Chili Bowl midget, the one that I won the Chili Bowl with. And what's interesting about that is it's actually the car that iRacing scanned that's going to be available to all the iRacing members out there.
Red Bull GRCs are now available on iRacing. I personally put my blood, sweat, and tears into this thing, developing the cars, the tracks, the dirt, making sure it is authentic as possible, and I really think you guys are going to love it. The best part is that this 600 horsepower Volkswagen Beetle is free to all members. So get signed up now and come race me online.
The yellow flag is out. Pit road is now open. Keep your eye on those gauges. We'll give you 4 tyres. 3, 2, 1, now. We're done. Get going.
Horsepower isn't just for NASCAR. It's for your car. It's for off-road and the on-ramp. You need it when you're drifting. You want it when you're passing. Get more of it with a K&N high-flow air filter, designed to increase horsepower with up to 50% more airflow. Because whether your green light flashes here or here, everyone loves that fast car smell.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Got another installment of some dirt sprint car racing action coming at you here from Lanier National Speedway, the Sim Auto Racing Association, and the DonutsDesign.com Open Wheel Series coming at you live here this evening, next to the last week in the series. And they got the 360 sprints. They alternate weeks between the 360 sprint car and the UMP modified. And coming up next week will be the championship race. Going to be pretty much keeping it right here. And the UMP modified will be the one to watch out for next week. But coming into this one, it is going to be interesting as we'll take a look. Let's take a look at the standings overall in the series. Dave Bodio currently coming in tonight at 404 points with a 21-point margin over David Krikorian. Dante Curtis back there in third. Clay Snyder, Jared Boreos, Derek Robinson, Chris Watkins, Matt Rolfe, Daryl Hamlin, and Dylan Rafferty rounding out the top 10 in your series points. And it'll definitely be a great race here tonight as we take a look at the race information here at Lanier. It is this 0.3 of a mile track now is actually paved, but they got the dirt on top of it. 68 degrees in the air, 72% humidity, clear skies, and a 68-degree track temperature, although the track temperature, moisture coming into play there. We're going to go live now, talking with the man of the night. We always love to bring this guy in to get his insights on league racing week in and week out. We talk to him in the super late model series, but tonight we go dirt racing open wheel style. And Matt, 360 sprint cars out here on the track at Lanier tonight. Next to the last weekend to go, Dave Bodio currently with that 21-point margin coming in tonight. Tell us your thoughts on this league and what we're going to see here at Lanier.
Yeah, so tonight's open wheel series race, obviously we've got the 360 non-wing sprint cars here tonight. This division actually runs both the sprint cars and the UMP modifieds, so the modifieds will have that next week. That'll be their season finale, but tonight is all about the 360 non-wing sprint cars. And man, these cars are a handful. Don't expect to see me up near the front anywhere because I kind of struggle with these things a little bit. That's how much of a handful they are. They're powerful. They to me, they don't handle very well, so that just puts it all in the hands of the drivers to wheel this thing around the track and make it go where they want to go. So we got a little bit of a smaller car count compared to what we see on Thursday nights, but I think you'll see the competition level up pretty high tonight as these guys battle not only for a win, but we got a couple guys up there in the points, like you mentioned, in the standings for a championship. So we got Dave Bodio on top. He leads by 21 points over David Krikorian, and then Dante Curtis is just 24 points back as well. So those are the three guys to watch tonight. I think those three are still mathematically eligible to win the championship. I believe if Bodio finishes 7th or better unofficially, he will lock in the championship, but we'll figure that out after the race just to double check. But those are your three to watch here tonight. I know two of them start near the front. Well, I think Dante starts a little further back, so he's got a taller task at hand here tonight.
Well, it's definitely looking to be a great race here at Lanier, and one things you guys are really expanding. The Sim Auto Racing Association's really expanding its avenues as far as offering great options to those who out there enjoy racing, and you guys look to bring some good competitive racing here tonight. 45 laps to distance on the feature, and it is going to be a close one. Matt, any final thoughts here before we let you get going?
I'm just hoping it's a good show for the fans out here tonight. This is our first non-wing broadcast for these cars, and these guys usually put on quite a show. The race is pretty short at 45 laps, but you'll see plenty of, as you like to say, plenty of action throughout the field, so I think it'll be pretty good.
Keyword right there. All right, Matt, best of luck to you in tonight's race.
All right, thanks.
There you have it, folks. Matt Rolfe stopping by to give us a little bit of insight on what we're going to see with these 360 sprint cars, as now we'll bring up our lovely ticker bar here as we're getting ready to go racing at Lanier National Speedway tonight. As always, sponsors out there. We're going to talk to them a little bit. We got some Tundra Super Late Models, Midwest Power Source, and all the likes out there. As you've seen out there on the Thursday night broadcast, and getting an idea here when we're ready to go. But that is the sponsors, HydesPride.com, Callaway Investments, DonutsDesigns.com, Loco Toco Designs, Car Show, Area 52 Designs, JVM Racing, Down East Chassis Works, and The Posse. Always some great sponsors out there, folks. Check them out. But the sprint car is now on the track and warming it up. You've seen them since we've come through the broadcast. We got a broadcast coming up tomorrow. I believe it's the Street Stocks or the Sportsman Series. The Street Stocks will be racing it out as well as they're in there next to the final week. And taking a look at their schedule, they're back here at Lanier. It's pretty much Lanier the next couple weeks here, folks. Looks like we're ready to go down and get you tonight's starting lineup as these guys are being called in and going to the grid. All right, so here is how the lineup looks tonight. Davey Scoville will be on the pole in the number 9 machine to the outside. Derek Robinson in that 69 car. The number 18 of Chris Watkins. Inside of row number 2, we'll have the number 3 of Clay Snyder to the outside. Inside of row number 3, rounding out the top 5, that double 6 of David Kukorian will have the series points leader himself, the number 16 of Dave Bodio to the outside. Bobby Rafferty, Dylan Rafferty, the Rafferty brothers will be in 7 and 8. Matt Rolfe, Jared Turnbull, rounding out that top 10. Taking a look on back, Nick Lancaster, James Ray, Dante Curtis, and Russell Berry. Your 14-car field as we're getting ready to go racing here at Lanier. And the next time by, we'll be ready to go racing, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of iRacing.com, the Sim Auto Racing Association, the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, and the 360 Sprint Series, we're ready to go racing here at Lanier National Speedway as the pace truck takes them into turn number 3. Pace truck's off, here we go, green flag flies, we're underway. And a nice sizable lead into the max stretch as Davey Scoville fires that 360 machine. Into turns 1 and 2. Looking up in front. Robinson back behind him. He's got about a 3/10 of a second lead. All these guys are firing, and here comes Bodio. Dave Bodio, your series points leader, now looks to make a move here to the inside, out of the turn. Through the backstretch, into turn 3, running that low groove, slide job underneath Robinson. And the number 16 of Bodio now up into second, working on Scoville here. Down low, Robinson tried to come up, hit the wall down underneath. Caution flag comes out, heading towards lap number 5. So that's going to slow him up just a bit here at Lanier. But how about Dave Bodio, the series points leader, coming into the next to the last week, the finale here for the 360 Sprint cars. Looking solid already. And the pace truck will come back out here. 45 laps the distance tonight. And this is the guy to watch right there. That number 16 machine is on fire. We'll have to see how he does on a restart if Davey Scoville, who has led them all since the initial green, is able to stay out in front of him. Robinson, unfortunately, tagged the wall inside, trying to work that lower groove and slide it on up. Didn't work out the way he thought it was going to have. But he is nevertheless back there in third here on lap number 7. Pace trucks in, ready to go green on lap number 8. Green flags in the air. And Bodio already out to the move. Scoville up to the high side, fires it out at 2. Here comes Bodio underneath. Slide into 3 and 4, and Scoville stays out in front of him. Dylan Rafferty in the 45 machine looking to work on Robinson in the challenge for third. Out of turn number 2. The battle up front rages on. And how about Dylan Rafferty now? Going to work, but here comes the battle for the race lead into lap number 10. Slide around, crisscross out at 2. Scoville holds on to the race lead. Up to the high side, Scoville's going to get some momentum out of 4 to keep that race lead. 10 laps led now for the number 9 of Davey Scoville. The number 16 of Bodio challenging up front, side by side. 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. Caution flag comes out heading into lap number 11. I'm not sure, we had somebody get loose there, and it may have been Matt Rolfe. Go back and take a look real quick. And may have gotten bit here. And a little bit of contact. Somebody up high. That is going to be Nick Lancaster. Lancaster spun out in turns 1 and 2. And that brought out tonight's second caution flag, which is helping the number 9 of Scoville because he is feeling a lot of pressure from the 16 of Dave Bodio. Dylan Rafferty able to get around Derek Robinson to assume third position. Here's a quick look at the top 5. Scoville, Bodio, Rafferty, Robinson, and Snyder. Lights off the pace truck, ready to go back green on lap number 15. 1/3 of the race to be complete. After they complete 1 lap under green, here we go. Pace truck looking to dive it in. There it goes. Off of turn number 4. Green flags underway, and Bodio already looking to get underneath Scoville. And here we go, 3 and 4. Scoville holding on to the race lead, but here comes Bodio up out of the cushion, right up near the wall in turns 1 and 2. Slowing him up just a little bit, but the battle still continues into lap number 17. Underneath, here he comes, looking for the slide job right around him, and they make contact. Scoville into the wall. Bodio tried the slide job under Scoville. Scoville tried to go underneath. In a bit of crisscross, they meet in the middle. And unfortunately for the number 9 of Scoville, he's going to go up into the wall. Let's go back and take a look. Here it is. Bodio goes underneath. And there you see Scoville trying to get underneath them. Boom, the contact. And Davey Scoville just getting smashed into traffic. And unfortunately now down on pit road. He is definitely not happy with that one. Scoville led total of the first. Out of the first 19, he led 16 of them. Now Dave Bodio goes to the race lead, and all was non-intentional contact. Just some good hard racing and everybody fighting to get ahead one another. Here we go. Lights off that pace truck. Ready to go back green on lap 21. Rafferty and Robinson back behind Bodio. Green flags in the air. And the roar of the 360 sprints out at turn number 2. Dave Bodio trying to get some breathing room right behind him. Dylan Rafferty. Robinson down low. Rafferty Reeling in Bodio. Dives it deep into 3 and 4. Slides it up. Oh, wow. Narrowly missing Bodio in that slide attempt. It's going to cost him out of turns 1 and 2. And now Bodio fires out to a 4/10 of a second lead here heading towards lap 24. Robinson back in third. Bobby Rafferty, the 777 machine, back in fourth. Clay Snyder rounding out the top 5. It'll be 20 laps to go the next time by. And Dylan Rafferty going to work. Times it yet again, trying for a slide job. Bodio underneath. What a fight at the line. Into lap 26. Rafferty trying to get around him. Underneath Bodio, sliding it up out of 4, and Bodio will hold on to the race lead. 9 laps led for the 16, but here comes Rafferty. Side by side in the backstretch, the fight raging into turn 4. Off into the front stretch, narrowly missing one another. What a battle for the race lead between these two drivers. Up high, he's got the momentum. Here comes Rafferty, slowed up by Bodio. What a move, and Dylan Rafferty right in front in the backstretch. It's going to be a battle. He may have it here into lap 30. He's going to slide a little bit more than he likes, but he's got it. Dylan Rafferty goes to the race lead, the number 45 machine. In his first lap led here tonight, Robinson now going to work on the number 16 of Bodio. Bobby Rafferty, the 777 machine, right there with Robinson. These 4 cars battling up front, and Bobby Rafferty into the wall. He's going to fall out, and that will draw out the caution flag into lap 32. And Dylan Rafferty, 3 laps led on the night in a heavy, heated battle with Dave Bodio, who has got a total of 11 laps led. This 360 Sprint Car Series you're watching this Monday night on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Some great action. The non-winged machines out there really working every inch of this track, especially the guys up there in the top 5 who are trying to edge one another out. Bobby Rafferty able to get his 4th position slot back. Jared Turnbull now making his appearance into the top 5 here as we show you yet again. There it is. Dylan Rafferty, Dave Bodio, Derek Robinson, Bobby Rafferty, Jared Turnbull. And one quick look at the standings. Here's what the points look like. Dylan Rafferty, who's is about 100 points off series points leader Dave Bodio, who's currently in 2nd. Pace truck set to go in this time by. There it goes. Here we go. The next time by, it's going to be 10 laps to go here at Lanier. And some contact is going to bunch him up. That is going to give some major breathing room here for Rafferty. Bobby Rafferty now up into 2nd. Dave Bodio fires across the line into 2nd. Robinson, Rafferty. Robinson gets into Rafferty. And Bobby Rafferty really hung up there. Dylan Rafferty with 9 laps to go. Now he's got about a 2nd lead over the field, but what a battle between Derek Robinson and Dave Bodio. Bodio's going to hold on to 2nd. Robinson up to the high side in 3 and 4. Laps ticking away, but here comes Bodio. Is he got it? Does he have anything for the number 45 of Dylan Rafferty down underneath? Really trying to make the slide jump work here. Your series points leader going to work, closing that gap on the 45 machine. Now under a quarter second with 6 laps to go in the finale series here for the finale race of the 360 Sprint Series, and Bodio right there on Rafferty. It's going to be 5 to go at the line. Here we go. Fighting hard for it, and Bodio underneath. Rafferty swings around him. Bodio able to let off the throttle to avoid contact, but he's going to come back at it. And now Derek Robinson joins the mix. And Robinson up into the wall. 3 laps to go at the line. Here comes Dylan Rafferty. That screaming 45 up to the high side as the series points leader. And now Robinson's going to spin out, drawing out the final caution flag. This one's going to be over. And the checkered flag will go to the 45 of Dylan Rafferty. They'll pace out the final couple laps here, folks. Here's what it's going to stand on the top 5. Dylan Rafferty, Dave Bodio, Clay Snyder, Jared Turbo on the 00 machine of James Ray. What a night. Only 45 laps, but every single lap very intense, full of drama. And here we are to the checkered flag officially now. The number 45 of Dylan Rafferty taking the finale here in the 2017 360 Non-Wing Series. Heck of a job done. Bodio was ready for him. Had this race stayed green just a moment longer, we could be singing a different tune. But this man right here, 17 laps led on the night. And the fireworks still sounding. Here's a look at your race summary, folks. Dylan Rafferty comes away with the win out of the 45 laps, 3 lead changes, 6 total cautions. And there is the results. We're going to look to see if we can get some driver interviews for you. And we'll look to go live now, finishing third in tonight's race. Clay Snyder joins us, and how about that? The number 3 finishes third here tonight, Clay. And definitely a solid night of racing out there. Great night of racing. How did the track feel on this 360 Sprint machine?
We practiced on it so long that it really slicked off. So everybody was at the top at the beginning, but towards the end there, I went back to the bottom and gained some time down there. But it was a pretty slick track.
Well, a lot of contact there on that final restart. Tell us a little bit about how you navigated through a lot of that, because Bobby Rafferty unfortunately got hung up in that. He's going to finish 9th here tonight. Derek Robinson goes into the wall. How did you feel your car competed against some of those guys who were up closer to the front there early on in the race?
I didn't have anything for him. I thought starting out I might, but the top, like I said, I just couldn't enter the corner on the top very well. And but once I got down to the bottom, I saw those guys wreck on those last final laps, and being down there on the bottom was kind of a blessing. I was able to avoid all that.
Well, you finished third here tonight in a great 45-lap bout at Lanier. Do you have any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, I want to thank Matt for everything he does in league. Thank all my T4X teammates for setup help and mental support. So I want to thank you for the broadcast, and that's about it.
Well, congratulations on finishing third here in the 360 Non-Wing Sprint Car. Definitely looking to see what the number 3 machine will do in that UMP modified.
All right, thanks.
There you have it, folks. Clay Snyder coming in third here tonight. We're going to go live now with the guy who had a great night of racing here tonight. The number 16 of Dave Bodio joins us now. 11 laps led here tonight, Dave. Looking to seal up a championship win in tonight's race for these 360 Non-Wing Sprint Cars. Able to do so in it here tonight, and a hard-fought battle early on, really trying to take down, as we take a look, I'm trying to get the name here, Davey Scoville really fought to stay up there with him. You came through that field pretty quick, and then Scoville gave you a good round of about. You guys had a little bit of contact there. He spins out. You go to the race lead, and out of nowhere comes this youngster in the number 45, Dylan Rafferty, who then puts up a good fight. And then you have a little bit more contact on that final restart, and then you really start to work your way back. And then just as you got there, Derek Robinson spins out into the wall, bringing out the caution with about 3 laps remaining. What was your thoughts had this thing stayed green all the way?
Yeah, the car really started coming in at the end there. The top was kind of going away, bottom came back in strong, and I knew, Dylan was starting 8th, and I just tried getting to the lead before he got there. The caution fell, and he was back there in 2nd already. I knew it was going to be a good battle from there out.
Definitely seeing a lot of choice in lines. Looks like your particular choice. You loved in 3 and 4 to go dive it down and slide it up, and we've seen that really being effective here tonight at Lanier, and a little bit of crisscrossing with some of the guys. Where did you find the momentum on turn 4 when you were doing those slide maneuvers to try to edge out these guys up front?
You could almost feel the cushion here, which is real good for iRacing. This car, you didn't really feel it before, and now it kind of got that feeling. But towards the end, just really driving it lightly around the bottom was what I was liking the best. I could tell I was making up ground on Dylan. I was real not happy with seeing that last caution come out.
Well, coming into tonight, you had the 21-point favorship in the series points. It looks like you are going to wrap up and become champ in this series. What are your thoughts on the hard-fought battle this season and be able to take away the championship?
It's definitely been a good season. These cars are always fun. Matt always puts on a great show, and I definitely look forward to seeing what we have in store for next season. Hopefully we include the midgets.
All right, well, to join us now to talk a little bit about it and to give you your presentation, Matt Rolfe joins us, as it does appear that you have secured the championship win in this series.
Yeah, congrats, Dave, on winning the 360 non-wing sprint car portion of the DonutsDesigns.com Open Wheel Series. I knocked myself out of the race pretty early on, so I had fun watching you and Rafferty battle there at the end, and that was some pretty good stuff. And they came up a spot short on the night tonight, but definitely not a bad thing to have a championship under your belt either. So nice job.
Absolutely, thank you, and thanks to everyone who puts these things on. You guys do a great job.
We're definitely looking forward to seeing a possibility of you coming out and battling in the UMP mod next week, as that'll be a great one to watch. But congratulations again on the sprint championship and your runner-up finish here tonight.
Absolutely, thank you. I got to do a little more practice with the UMP. I'm like Jimmy Spencer in a foot race.
Well, like they say, he never forgets, so best of luck. Hopefully you find that line and you don't forget it come next Monday night.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
All right, folks, joining us now is this guy in the number 45 machine leading a total of 17 laps here tonight. And when I say leading, it was not an easy lead, David, or Dylan, excuse me. You had to really fight to stay up front because Dave Bodio was really on your tail trying to take some laps, and you guys had some lead changes back and forth, crisscrossing, looking for that solid line. What seemed to be the effort there to edge out the 16 machine?
Noticing in practice and even qualifying, I just knew I had no speed running the middle, so the only way I was going to make anything happen is if I could drive it just hammer down on the cushion and just let it rip, and the slide job started, and I'm really glad that caution come out.
It is amazing to see how this track slickened up to be able to pave the way, and I say pave the way on the dirt, but really to open up the opportunity to do that slide job and do it effectively. You've perfected it here tonight, and it shows. What was your final? I got to capture your thoughts here on the final couple laps. I know Robinson spun out in there in turns 1 and 2, but had this thing stayed green, what do you think it would have been down at the checkered flag?
I tried a few laps to make the bottom work like he did, but I just couldn't keep it down there. I think it would have been a matter of if he bobbled any or if I get in the wall or something like that. I think it would have come down to something like that.
Well, I tell you what, coming into tonight, 10th over on a points, about a 100-point gap with Dave Bodio, but you were racing as if you wanted that championship here tonight. Heck of a job done. Do you have any additional thanks or shout-outs you want to give?
Just everyone I hang out with on Discord, thank them for all the enjoyment sim racing is.
All right, well, congratulations. We're looking forward to seeing some more action out of you in the UMP Modified come next Monday night. But go celebrate tonight. The race is yours. Well, there you have it, folks. We're going to do a quick rundown here, and then I'm going to talk to Mr. Rolf, as always, to get his final thoughts on tonight's race. So Dylan Rafferty comes away with a heck of a win. Though it did end under yellow in the final couple laps, he was fighting for every inch to keep that series points leader at his tail, and he was able to do so all the way up into the point of the final caution. So Rafferty will take the win. Bodio finishes second. Clay Snyder will sneak up and grab third. Jared Turnbull, James Ray round out the top five. Russell Berry gets a sixth-place finish here. David Krikorian and Derek Robinson, after spinning out in turns 1 and 2, will finish 8th. Bobby Rafferty, unfortunately, getting a victim of being spun out, will finish 9th. Dante Curtis rounding out your top 10, looking on back. Davey Scoville, your pole sitter here tonight. He, after leading 16 laps, will finish 11th. Matt Rolfe finishes 12th. Nick Lancaster will finish 13th. And Chris Watkins will round out your field here at Lanier. Matt, it was a great race here tonight. 45 laps. It's almost like a book that you don't want to finish, or a TV series that leaves you on a cliffhanger, because there's so much jam-packed, drama-filled racing in these short amount of laps that you almost kind of wanting them to go a little bit longer, but you're kind of glad that you get to see such great action in these. Compared to asphalt racing, it's its own element, and we saw that here tonight with these guys that raced up in the top 5.
Yeah, for sure. Like we talked about before the race, I mentioned that these cars are quite the handful for some of these guys, and I think that's where you saw some of your guys kind of get up into the wall on their own, such as I did early on. So they're a handful, but that's what makes those guys up front that much. They're that good to be able to not only run up front and run well in these cars, but to battle like those two did. That was pretty impressive. I was kind of mad at myself when I wrecked out of the race, and then once I started watching the battle for the lead, I was quite impressed with those two. After the race, they both said that was probably the hardest they've run in quite some time. So that was pretty cool to hear that. They were throwing sliders back and forth. Bodie was able to find a different line there to put the pressure on late. And got a joke with Derek here. If he didn't screw up there at the end, might have had a good finish coming to the line. But it is what it is. But yeah, short race, 45 laps. But you probably saw quite a bit of battling up front there to make that race pretty damn good overall. So that was a cool battle to watch for sure.
And Bodio wrapping up the championship here with the sprint cars tonight. And coming up tomorrow night, we got the Sportsman Series on tap. Be back here at Lanier. Anything you want to talk about with the street stocks?
Yeah, so kind of similar to how the Monday night series runs. Mondays we split the series between these non-wing sprint cars and the UMP modifieds, that kind of alternated weeks. The Sportsman Series on Tuesdays is kind of similar, but that's with the asphalt street stocks and asphalt late models. So tomorrow night we will have the Sportsman street stocks out on track back here at Lanier. We'll get rid of the dirt, put them back on asphalt, and they'll do 75 laps of battling for their championship. I actually don't quite remember what the points are in that series. I'll look at it real quick before I jump off here, but yeah, season's coming down to an end. These guys have been battling not only in, like we saw tonight in one car, but they're running 2 different cars most weeks, or in the series anyways. So they've been going back and forth quite a bit. It's just coming down to a good battle here at the end. We saw that tonight. A couple guys had a shot at it going into the final race. Bodia came out with it. Looking real quick here for tomorrow night's race, you'll see the names of Joe Schaefer Jr., Brandon Wilkinson, Trevor Edwards, Tim Bills, Matt Eddy. Those are your top 5 in points, and probably the top 4 of those probably still have a realistic shot at winning that title. So there'll be another race that comes down to the end, and should be a pretty good battle.
Definitely looking forward to seeing that tomorrow night, and you'll find it here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, folks. Matt, appreciate you stopping by to give your thoughts. And you know these guys better than anybody, and it's always great to get a little bit of insider knowledge before and after, as we could set our expectation based on such. And tomorrow night, definitely looking forward to that street stock race.
Absolutely. We'll see you then.
There you have it, folks. Matt Rawls stopping by to give his final thoughts on tonight's race, and Dave Bodio coming away with the Sprint Car Championship. The Street Stocks Championship will be tomorrow night here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Got a lot of dirt to scrape off and lay that asphalt down. We'll be back tomorrow at here. Same track, different track type, though. So definitely want to put that on your calendar, folks. 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. Watch the Street Stocks do battle for 75 laps here at Lanier. That is going to do it for us this Monday night. It was a quick one, but it was a great one nevertheless, folks. Appreciate you tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Whether you got us out there on YouTube, Twitch, or even Facebook Live, always appreciate your viewership. If you'd like to know more about us, check us out on Facebook. Send us a message if you have any questions. If you'd like to know more about the Semi-Auto Racing Association, how you can become a part of it, what you need to know, what series they run, find them on the web up in the top right-hand corner at racesara.com. That is going to do it for us on behalf of the Semi-Auto Racing Association. Donut the Designs Open Wheel Series, iRacing.com, and the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dustin Caldwell saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow night.